Armed and ready.
Alright, boys and girls, we're back. And like we were doing in the last video, we were just about to start unleashing prisoners and burning some huts and killing some orcs. But before we do that, I think it would be a great time to go over a nice way to learn your abilities, which is tooltips. And to view a tooltip, by default, all you got to do is go down and hover over one of your abilities, and the tooltip will display in the bottom left. And it will give you in-depth information about what that spell exactly does. And it'll even tell you how much damage it does, what special effects need to be happening for you to use that ability, and any bonuses that it might add, or any other situations or scenarios that you need to have to use that ability, such as execute, where I can only use execute when they are 20% health or lower. So my target has to be at 20% health or lower for me to even use this ability, and that's just because it hits so hard and it can do so much damage. So I have to weaken them enough before I even am allowed to use it. So I would suggest reading up on your tooltips. That's the easiest and fastest way to get a good idea of what's going on with your spells. Is anytime you get new ones, just play around with them and read the tooltip so you understand it. But since we went over that, let's just get right into it and get into the questing. And like I said before, anytime something is glowing, it means that it's super important, and you can use it's most likely for a quest. So for the next part, when we get near the houses that we need to burn, our item pops up automatically for us in the middle of the screen. It's a big button we can push. That way we don't have to go searching through our bags anymore to find quest items to use like this. Now it just brings up a button on the screen for you to click, so you know that you're in the right place to use that item. So we're just going to jump down here, we're going to find more houses to burn, and once we get close enough, it'll give us the option to use that item. Now, it doesn't allow us to fight the burning orc running out of the house. So, since we just have to kill orcs and burn houses, I'm just going to fast forward it here real quick while I kill all this. Now, the one thing I wanted to go over is the map, because at this point we have to find the next cage to unlock, and the way we can do this easily is by using the map. To open up the map, all you got to do is click the M key on your keyboard, and that will bring up the map. But it's more than just a map. It gives you a little bit more extra details and options. The main big window is your the map of the zone that you are in. Above that is quick selections for picking zones at, if you know where you need to go, you can just select it directly there. And on the right hand side is your quests, and that just gives you details of the quests that you're on in this zone, and then it gives you a number, and that number corresponds on the map itself with where that quest is located. So as you can see, the way that you can get rid of those little tooltips then is by clicking in the eye in the top left, and that will bring up the map like right here. And once again, you can see those corresponding number dots that are exactly for the quests that are on the right hand side as well. If you click on those dots, it'll then track them, and once you are tracking a quest on your mini map in the top right, you will see glowing areas, and if you're in that glowing area, it means you're in the quest area. Within this zone is where you'll find the ways to finish this quest. So once again, we found more orcs. We're just going to fast forward through that while we kill them. More houses to burn. We're going to kill more. Also, the other cage was back there. So once again, just go into the glowing areas once you track your quests, and you'll be able to find them really easily. So once we're done with that, we're going to go towards the direction of all the question marks on the maps so we can turn them in. So just point yourself in the right direction towards the question marks on the map, and you'll find where you need to go. And it looks like we got to go up here, but we got to wait for the group to catch up. So once everybody gets up here and they reset, we'll be able to turn in quests. There we go. So we'll turn in some quests, more gear for us to use.
Be vigilant, friend. Let us speak.
And nothing from this one.
We
Just gold
must
and
not
experience.
fail.
So once we pick up this next quest is Altar Altercation. You see that altar down there? There's a magical eye settled at its peak, and I fear our group will not survive if it sees us. Distract the eye, Nausicaa, cause a commotion. Kill some ritualists. Whatever you have to do, just occupy that thing long enough for me to guide the rest of our group past its gaze. Khadgar looks over his shoulder. Bring that strapping orc with you. The one that's not Thrall. And that's what we have to do. So, if we do the quest objectives for this quest, which is just distracting them, we'll get even more abilities again with advanced combat mechanics. And with that, we get Enrage, which is a passive ability, I believe. Raging Blow, Heroic Leap, and Whirlwind. So we get a area of effect ability, another straight up damaging ability, and a mobility spell that allows us to jump around the battlefield. So once again, since we have to bring along this strapping orc, just look for the orc that's glowing. So once you pick him up, you gotta run down this hill to the altar down there.
With any luck, we will escape before they can complete their transformation ritual.
He just explains a little bit what exactly
Here we stand,
these orcs do.
Fight us.
So they just use
Focused on their ritual.
crazy blood magic to
Destroy those
make
rogues
hulks.
to get their attention.
That's all they get to do. But what you're going to have to do is kill anything that you pull. But since the blood orbs are glowing, that tells us that they are important to the quest. And so we're just going to have to destroy them. And you don't have to do any damage to them or attack them or anything like that. You just got to click on them like usual. And you should be fine with any mobs that you might pull as well. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to click on the orb. We're going to destroy it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward the video again. The other orb is in the back, and then the last orb is on top. So you have to run around and go up here and destroy the last orb.
Look,
That will then bring out the next leader, Kilrock.
dragged itself through my jungle. Fresh meat.
He is another Iron Horde chieftain. And one of the mobs that I pulled came back up. That strapping orc that you were with, he sacrifices himself, pretty much, it seems. So he turns into an even bigger Hulk and gives you enough time to escape. So as you're escaping, you have to run across the bridge to meet Khadgar. And once again, he's glowing, so you know you got to talk to him. You turn it in, you get your new spells, which go down into your action bar automatically. And then you get the next quest, which is literally walking 10 feet down here and then turning it in. So he blows up the bridge, just showing off again because he's Khadgar and he's powerful as fuck.
Let's get moving.
So you run the 10 feet after you just watched him do all the work, and you turn it in. So next time, in the next video, what we're going to go over is basics of setting up action bars so you can move around your abilities, and then also discussing just playing around with your abilities to learn. And then we'll move on to using the new abilities that we just got, and once again trying to escape the grasp of the Iron Horde. Thanks guys, catch you later.